Hey guys, look, we're going to discuss something, and it's about these tarot cards and some other things. But someone asked me if I believed in God, and before I answered this person, I was curious, why, would you ask me that? I already knew what they, were going to tell me. But I just wanted to know before I answered them, was my me thinking what they were going to say was true. And they did, you know. But, I do believe in God. I believe that there's a higher power than myself. You know, how could we exist if there wasn't a higher power here? But now the Bible, I believe in the 10 Commandments. I try to live right. I try not to purposefully, harm no one. But a lot of things, in that Bible, I can't roll with, and just to explain something, these cards, these tarot cards, they are not evil. These cards tell me when I'm doing a general reading, and the reading is for anybody out there. It's not geared towards a certain person. It's just people out there who, when I'm pulling these cards, they may be going through what I'm pulling or some of what I'm pulling. That's why I tell you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind for someone else. It may be part of your story or it may not be. It may be a story of the whole story for someone or somebody's. But these cards, they only tell me what's going on currently. They tell me what's going on with your mental, what's brewing inside, what you want to do, the road that you want to travel. They don't tell me the future because, for one, you can do a detour and go down a total different path in life. So these cards do not predict the future. And I want to ask you all something because they consider these cards as evil and witchcraft. What do you guys think of prescribed medications? Those prescribed medications, they have different ingredients in them that are being mixed together, blended. They're, being mixed and blended to resolve an issue that you have. And they put it blatantly in your face in these commercials. They tell you this is the miracle pill or this is the magical pill. Those ingredients that are being mixed and blended together is like a potion. It's witchcraft. It doesn't matter how you look at it, it's witchcraft. Especially when you've been told that there are certain foods here that come from the earth that can heal your ailments. But do we, do what's right? No, we don't. A lot of us don't. We take the easy route out because we don't want to give up our favorite foods in life. And so, that, brings me to, some other things, like things that I've read in the Bible. For instance, Joseph, they called Joseph a dreamer. He could interpret dreams. and, tell you the outcome. I remember reading how he went to his brothers, telling them that in a dream that he saw some stalks or something that belonged to his brothers, and he had one. Well, his brothers' stalks were raising obeisance to him, and we all know what happened years later. They all fell to their knees in front of him. And then, I remember reading the story about him being in Pharaoh's prison, and these two prisoners, coming to him because they heard that he could interpret dreams. So one was a baker, and the other was a cupbearer. Well, the baker, told him his dream, and he told the baker, you're going to be killed. Not in those words, but basically that's what was going to happen to him. And what he said happened according to the Bible. And with the cupbearer, he told the cupbearer that his position would be restored. And according to the Bible, his position was restored to him. So I got a question. Does that sound like fortune telling, future telling? And I also remember another story in the Bible that was geared towards King Saul, when the kingdom of Israel was being taken away from him and being given to David. Well, he consulted with this seer, a woman with familiar spirits, something that he had condemned himself. But he ended up going back because it was just something that he had to know. He asked this woman to bring Samuel or someone to him. I believe that it was Samuel. The woman brought Samuel to him. He was a spirit, had passed on. And, he consulted with Samuel. Samuel told him what was going to happen to him. Now, I'm kind of confused here. Joseph was celebrated for his gift, but the woman who was a seer was condemned for her gift. I don't understand that. She's a seer. She can see things that we can't see. That doesn't make her evil. That doesn't make the gift that God blessed her with as evil. So make that make sense to me. And also, I saw this story about the Haitian French War, and there was this voodoo priestess and this priest. The priestess was Cecile Fatiman, and the priest, I can't remember his first name, but the last name was Boykman or Bookman. And it was, presented to them that the French were coming after them and their people to enslave everybody in Haiti. They were coming after them. Now, what the French was doing, was, in my opinion, was evil. Y'all coming with guns ablazing, you coming with knives, swords, cannons, whatever it is that you have behind you to take over this group of people. Now, when they heard this, they gathered the people. They did a ritual ceremony, called upon the spirits for their help. And so, in return, the spirits had their backs. The spirits destroyed 1,800 plantations, and 1,000 slave owners were killed. Now, the voodoo priestess and priest didn't have to lift not one finger against these people. They called upon the spirits to do so. I don't see that as being evil. As a matter of fact, hoodoo and voodoo is your ancestral God-given religious right to practice, as long as you're not doing harm towards people. It's not evil. The French were coming to do harm and evil towards the Haitians. And the Haitians didn't have any weapons to fight against them. They called upon those spirits. And the spirits, like I said, had their backs. Now, with that being said, black people, y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to stop listening to what them folks are telling y'all and what they got printed in that book, because that book has been tainted and rewritten so many times. You all, let me ask y'all something. How do you all think that they stay on the top of the totem pole? These people, after they saw what what the voodoo priestess and priest did, they deemed it as evil and witchcraft to us. They told us that. But then they went and they usurped it and started practicing it themselves to keep money, with them, to pass it on for generations and generations. You always hear, when they talk about them folks and their money, oh, that's old money right there. That's long money. Well, there's a reason why it's long and old. It's because they practiced hoodoo and voodoo to keep it that way. They took our stuff and deemed it as they own, like they do everything else that belongs to black people. They take it, brand it as their own, and they benefit from it. Y'all walking around here with the veil over y'all eyes. These people have instilled in us what they want us to believe for so long, to where you guys, if someone like me, like what I'm doing now, telling you the truth, or another black person try to get you to open your eyes, telling you the truth, you'll dismiss us, telling us that we're crazy, or you'll say it behind our back to other people. She crazy. She don't know what she talking about. But as soon as one of them come up and admit that, yeah, we did that, yeah, we told y'all that it was evil, just so that we could have it for ourselves and benefit from it. I can hear y'all, oh, I can't believe that they did that. They took our religion away from us and made it their own and benefited off of it. You dang right they did, because that's what they do. They've been doing it for centuries. But they tell us that we can't do it, or we shouldn't do it. So a lot of us abandoned our ancestors. That's why a lot of us can't connect to our ancestors. We're their descendants. We are of African descent, and we abandoned the traditions, the ceremonies, the rituals, because they took it away from us and made it ours to not practice again. Got us over here in America not practicing our right, our religion. Those two are our God-given rights to practice as religions. So yeah, you guys have, seen my posts where I, tell y'all to wake up and stop walking around here asleep. Get from under this spell that they have y'all under. And another thing, I know that Bible tells you that you're supposed to forgive your fellow brothers and sisters. Yeah, you are. Your fellow, the key word, fellow brothers and sisters. Those people who are white supremacists, them people who go around lynching black bodies, having my black sisters, the mothers, the aunts, the sisters, all of them falling down to their knees when they see that their son, their brother, their nephew is hanging from a tree, still doing that today. When there was a law passed, the Emmett Till law against lynching, March 29 of 2022, 2 years ago, and they still lynching us. And y'all still forgiving them for it too, ain't you? Them people are not y'all fellow brothers and sisters. I know all of them is not like that, but the majority of them are. Y'all stop forgiving these people for the stuff that they continuously do and not repent and walk away from. If they still doing it and not walking away from it and asking for forgiveness, don't forgive them people. They don't deserve your forgiveness. Did God forgive Satan for what he did? Those people are of Satan. So how do you forgive Satan? You can't. But y'all keep forgiving them. And they're going to keep on doing what they do to us. They're going to keep usurping our power from us. Everything that we come out with, they're going to usurp it, use it, brand it as their own, and benefit off of it. But guys, let me stop, before I go into a tirade. But hey, the Empress is hugging, kissing, smiling, and I'm winking at you guys. Guys, I love y'all. Y'all take care until the next video.